Good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me, this is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for October 29th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. When we think about the transitions that are occurring second by second, and the most people not aware of how the velocity of things transpiring. And this is where it becomes really important for us to go with the flow. And for some of us, that's very difficult, going with the flow, because there's a tug of war with your ego mind and subconscious mind going on, trying to pull you into definity, defining, laying out. But when I talk about go with the flow, it's not like you're oblivious to things that are transpiring and coming and approaching, that type of thing. It's just that your direction and your viewpoint from your heart mind is that you're just going to go with the flow. If you try to plan things, boom, 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 99% of the time they don't go according to plan. Okay? And that's pretty much across the board. Every now and then things will fall in, and you plan this and plan that and plan this. But imagine if people would just say, I'm just going to go with the flow. And it's difficult to do that because we have a habit or a practice that we've been entrenched in forever that fights that. A fear fights that. You become, you can feel the fear that comes in because, I've got to know this, I've got to know this, I've got to know that, I've got to know this. Okay? And this is why the civilization it's like scurrying and hurrying and stressing and constantly. And when you find yourself getting that way, you'll know it. This is the impact part. You'll know it. And when you know it, that's a wonderful thing because you say, here I go. I'm starting to hurry. I'm starting to rush, period. And everything changes when that happens. Your energy level changes, your frequency level changes, everything shifts. And when it shifts, it isn't in a high frequency, it's in a lower frequency. And it becomes more and more and more and more, and it stresses the body. It really does. It stresses the body, and it pressures the body. And it causes distress. And the reason it does that is because it isn't a natural flow. We force ourselves. See, when anything isn't a natural flow, the frequencies drop. They go down. They go more into the survival mode of matter. And when that happens, we're fractured in many different directions. And we've all experienced it. It's not like it's, something unknown. And one of the biggest keys for the civilization is that when you no longer see the shore of the land is when all the possibilities will come into play. So if you go out in the picture this. You go out into the ocean until you can't see land. All right? Now, a lot of people have become fearful. Where are we going to go? What if we sink? What are we going to do? Say. But this is where the unknown is. This is where the possibilities are. And this is where a lot of us are going. You cannot discover new oceans unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. That came from Andre Gide. And enlightenment is the ultimate. Going with the flow allows us to begin to move out of form and formlessness. We are all beyond the mind. And we are all beyond every concept of you, of us. And when we become self-realization, we stop unconsciously following every thought the mind thinks. You will hear them, see them pass by, yet somehow, mysteriously, you don't buy into them, believing that they are real. We have become so consciously aware of what's happening that we cannot become hooked by the mind, attached to dreaming another dream. We are clear that this is just the mind passing by, and instead we explore an intimate connection with the God. The highly intelligent divine conscious universe that surrounds us, lives inside of us, and is breathing us now, or breathing us. And you'll know this if you are a truly self-realized person. You know no fear. You are constantly full of joy, appreciation, love, and laughter. You realize that every atom in the universe is connected to the highest source of love, life, and consciousness, and deeply understands that you yourselves are also that. And those of us see no human as separate from the multidimensional spiritual being they are. Who is currently showing up in over 7 billion different forms on this planet. And the self-realized being is not attached to the form. He or she has recognized the divine play of consciousness. And that is happening through the body-mind, and through their own understanding, they can relax and truly let go. It is impossible for a self-realized being to get lost again in another drama, losing themselves in anger, desire, fear, hopelessness, or sadness. They may experience these emotions as a way to explore the diversity of life's sensual experiences, yet there is no addiction, attachment, or avoidance to any mental or emotional pattern that arises anymore. They are truly free from any form of anxiety, pain, or suffering anymore. And this is a miracle. The moment that you realize that there is no way to make a home, then this whole existence is home. Then wherever you are at home. And that comes from A Course of Miracles and Miracles. We must realize emphatically that we are the very center of this infinite universe. Because the universe is an infinite field of space and timelessness. Every point on that field thus becomes the center of the entire field. It's hard for the mind to imagine, yet infinity means there is no absolute end. And this makes every atom inside your physical body the actual center of infinity. There is always a smaller microcosm within each microcosm, a center within the center. Thus you are physically an infinite being on an atomic level. and knowing you are physically the center of the universe, you begin to see reality forms around you like a wheel. You are like the hub of the wheel, and the spokes are your thoughts and feelings. Your manifestation and experience of reality is an extension of your every thought, intention, and gesture. The spokes all connect to the center, and everything that happens in the periphery of your life, the outer world, the external world, is dependent on what's going on at the center of you. And if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you'll notice the entire world seems to be going against you. If you jump out of bed totally excited about your day, the most amazing things will manifest for you all day long. This all moves in for the clear understanding, comprehension, that we are the universe, that we are connected to every single molecule and atom. And once we understand with deep eternal love that that is what we are, then everything, going with the flow, and everything shifts for this civilization. There is no longer stress, fear, anxiety, remorse and pain and agony and sorrow. It's no longer there because we know who and what we are. You are the infinite, eternal being. We all are. And when this vibrates with your heart-mind, a transformation happens. When you continuously dive into the center of the center of the center of the center of each atom inside you, experiencing that you go on and on and on into your experience of life for infinity. The intellectual head knowledge around this fact is not enough, however, to open up to the spiritual experiences of it. You move into a delicate heart space that feels like the source of love itself. This is where you lose yourself and let go of your identity of the limited human being you believed you were. And you suddenly realize that you are this love that is much, much, much more than the world can contain. And you cannot return to the world of lack and limitation. You cannot. And as you consciously step out of the small fish pond you were swimming in, you start experiencing the vast, unlimited ocean of existence that is and was always eternally all around you. Now, as you accept and integrate the experience that you are infinite, timeless, eternal, without beginning and without end, then your body truly begins to relax and you start having more fun in your life. All the stress that was once being carried in your neck, back, jaw, shoulders suddenly goes away. Nothing seems to bother you anymore. There is no limited, powerless ego personally carrying your problems anymore. You've simply stopped identifying with thoughts and are spending your time relaxing into the spiritual truth of what you are, feeling limitless, free, and all-loving. It's inside you, this relaxed freedom. And it makes you stop taking life and yourself so seriously anymore. Instead, you laugh with those people and situations in life used to bother you. You enjoy the dramatic play of creativity pouring through the everyone and everything. You relax into the harmonic symphony of duality that is happening through you and around you. This relaxation is not just a one-time deal. It's a constant deepening and surrendering that continues each moment of your day and evening. And this process opens you up sensually, sexually, spiritually, throughout every day of your life, which fuels even deeper understandings about the multidimensional, limitless being that you truly are. This is the path of self-realization. The experience of living in a human body becomes so blissful that you don't even have the need to try focusing your mind in a positive direction. The hopeful, positive, life-affirming thoughts just become like little campfires sitting next to the glorious sun that you've discovered is inside you. And the more self-realized you become, the less demanding, needy, and impatient you are. We simply stop feeling demanding, needy, and impatient when we realize our deep, intimate connection to the God source. And as the ego begins to have less and less grip on you, your need to control life fades away and eventually dissolves. And you simply have less desire to change your outer world because your inner world is so sensually alive, divinely intelligent, and truly ecstatic to experience. Your kundalini, your samadhi, awakens on its own, and you become like a walking, talking state of orgasm. Every breath you take brings new sensations into the body of utter enjoyment of the divine. And as you start feeling God is alive inside you, then you can only see God on the outside of you. This everyday experiences causes you to relax on a profound level that there is nothing the ego can do that can shake you. And whatever your ego desires in the outer world, the external world, is like a child's toy compared to the network of deeply sensual, erotic, blissful connections bubbling up inside. And this external world is always a reflection of what you are paying attention to on your inner world. And when you see and feel the divine inside you, you can only see God in everyone's eyes. And when being completely still, simply watch what happens. As you practice being physically still, allow the mind to remain unfocused. Don't follow the mind when it starts dreaming up another dream or fantasizing about the way life should be or shouldn't be. Just be like the sky, without boundaries or borders, or the sacredness of space, vast and undisturbed. Relax as deeply as you can into this experience. And perhaps 3 to 6 minutes a day is a good amount of time to start with. And you can remain completely still, allowing the body to breath you on its own accord. And while the mind is totally unfocused for all 180 seconds in those 3 to 6 minutes, so 360, 180 seconds, self-realization will find you very quickly. Watch what things you do, eat, drink, and say. Watch, listen to, and read, to which hinder you from becoming more quiet, silent, and still. You find out what those things are, simply stop doing those things, or do them with more awareness of the stillness inside. The path is all about becoming 150% devoted to finding complete stillness inside you. The more often you practice, the more things will arise, and you'll soon become even more sensitive and conscious of what works for you and against you. And eventually, in time, you will begin to trust yourself completely, realize how extremely powerful and enjoyable your life has become through practicing stillness. Go with the flow. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure most of you are. First thing you're going to want to do is you want to relax the body. Relaxing the body, letting go of any of the things that you have attached to yourself through thought over the last 24 hours. Will fold off. Alleviate stress your shoulders, drop them. About 95% of us are stiff in shoulder, and we don't know it. You know, the body is constantly absorbing stress, and you just let it go. You move into stillness. It's not difficult for any of us to understand. Stillness, just be. You don't think. You don't do any of that stuff. You're not incessantly embracing all of these thoughts, running and running and running, aimlessly and blindly, left and right, up and down. You're just a spectator. You're just being. You relax the body will respond, and it will just start to unfold, unstress, de-stress. You can feel it as you do it. It's kind of a wave that comes over you. You may get a little tired all of a sudden, but you become really relaxed. As you're relaxing the body, we want to move into the now. The now stills the mind, the ego mind, subconscious mind. Because we are not in the past. We are not digging up years ago what we did, what we experienced. It serves no purpose. It takes us, away from the now. And the future. Everyone wants to know what's going to happen. What's their future? How are things going to go? What's going to happen 10 days from now? What's going to happen a month from now? What's going to happen over the holidays? What's going to happen next year? See, we spend all of our time either in the past creating the future or the future. See? In the now. Everything happens in the now. It stills the mind. Now, as we are relaxing the body, moving in the now, we want to breathe. We want to breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. And as we breath in through the nose, we hold at 1001, 1002, 1003. Then we breath out through the mouth. For those of you who are new to this meditation, and this now in this circle of light, we hold our breath so that we focus ourselves on the now. It's a vehicle. It's very powerful and assists us every single second. So if you become discombobulated or you become frayed at the edges or stressed or hurried or anxiety-filled, focus on the breathing, not through the mind, but through the heart of heart minds. Focus on it. It will bring you to peace and stillness. It may not happen in 2 seconds. It may take a few minutes for it to do so. This is where patience is also an absolute. So we want to hold our breath, and we want to hold it for 3 seconds, and we want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. You don't need to take in a huge breath. You want to comfortably inhale, breath in through the nose, and then breath out through the mouth. And as we're breathing in through the nose, we're breathing in divine positive energy. This is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. This comes in through the God, the kingdom of God that you are. And it flows through the heart mind. And you, I, all of us flow. We don't splash around. We don't grapple. We don't push against current. We go with the flow. We go with the flow of existence. We go with the flow of our lives. We begin to embrace and appreciate every single second of our existence. We don't try to force. We don't try to push. We don't try to hurry. force. We flow. When you're on a stream or a river and you're on the boat and the flow of the water pulls you, it takes you. You do nothing. You're just in the flow. You're not fighting. You're just flowing. You are not concerned of what's ahead, what's behind, what's on the side. You're just flowing. You have the confidence of your infinity of divineness, of the God that you are, that wherever it is fine. Wherever you go, it is wonderful. Whatever you do is spectacular because you are part of the God. So as you flow, go with the flow, and you're breathing, and then you breath out, you're breathing out all of the negatives, all of the stresses, all of the fears, all of the hurriedness, all of the things that you have to press yourself, force yourself to do. The majority of us don't go with the flow. Hence the confusion of the civilization in this now. Maybe on occasion, but not fluidly. It's a deep understanding of who and what we are. So the ego mind, the subconscious mind, try to force you through the jetting of thoughts, all kinds, to keep you in that turmoil of embracing these thoughts and creating them into a reality into your life. WSF, worry, stress, fear. Which we release. Remember, we are in the heart mind. We go with the flow. We're in exuberation to be in these bodies and to experiencing these lives. Everything is an adventure. So we also are merged with the God. And the God is the deepest of all existence, source creation. We are in this golden ocean of infinite, eternal bliss, joy, peace, stillness, and we just flow like the flock of birds that just seamlessly move all together, flowing. No sporadicness, no destruction, no undiscipline. It is just natural because we are all one. We're all one. We're all love. It cannot be debated. So we are the heaven on this earth. We are the paradise everywhere we walk. This is something that this civilization has not fully embraced yet. So arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth. We love this planet, this being, and she loves us. We love everything, all things. We love ourselves deeply. And remember that we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We have this entire civilization with us, joined with us. We have the ascended masters. We are all permanently joined and connected. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Abundantia, El Moria, Thoth, Horus, Pell, all of them. They're with us constantly. They cannot not be with us. We cannot not be with them. They're all of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. Bliss, joy, peace. We form an impenetrable field around this planet and ourselves, in all life. It is filled with deep eternal love. Golden, white, pink light. Prime source, creator God, source, universe, mother, father, God, feminine, masculine, prime source, creator God, our family. It is spectacular, magna glorious. Emerald green, flaming, healing light of Archangel Raphael. Purple, violet, blue, flaming light of Archangel Michael. White fire, purple transmuting flame, violet ray. These are all high frequencies. They are part of us. Any low frequency, any form of aggression, anger, hatred, vileness, manipulation, deception, cannot sustain itself in high frequency. It just cannot. It is literally disintegrated, vaporized. We begin to float up above the planet. The archangels, the angels, the ascended masters. The archangels have been with us from the beginning. They are with us on a day-to-day basis. There are trillions of them. The ascended masters have come back, have ascended out of body, have come back in their spirit, their God forms, to assist us during this transition of ascension. They love us. They all love us. We all love them. So we float above the body, the halo, the God that we are. We float right above the crown chakra. We see all in a spectacular array, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, and beyond. We call out to all of the light energy beings who are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. Any of them, they only can be of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love in order to join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in deep eternal love, non-judgment, non-pessimism, non-hurriedness, non-stress, non-fear. They're, in total bliss and joy, happiness, peace, tranquility, benevolence, generosity and humbleness. And they come in the gugaplexes. A gugaplex fills this universe. They fill several universes. They continually come in, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment. They are gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We're all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the inhabitants of hollow earth, Agartha, inner earth, beneath earth, all of these civilizations, only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this meditation in this now in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, benevolence, tranquility, peace, joy, happiness, generosity and humbleness, stillness, and they come arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this circle of light, in this meditation, in this now. Their gods with our gods with theirs. In the billions. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the galactics, off-worlders, all of those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, in us freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They're in full compassion, peace, joy, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, happiness, generosity, humbleness, stillness, non-judging. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light, arm in arm, hand in hand, in the billions. See them all. Feel them all. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one. And we are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. And all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, stillness, non-judgment, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, non-egoism. Total tranquility, peace, benevolence, joy, bliss, generosity, and humbleness. And they come into billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we're all one. We're all love, and our God-light energy is everywhere. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet, in this now, in this meditation, in the circle of light. Only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, peace, tranquility, benevolence, joy and bliss, generosity and humbleness, non-judging, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, non-egoism, non-negativity, full in patience, and just to name a few of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and trillions more in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never laid our eyes upon. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is everywhere. We look up and we see our sphere, meditative sphere that we created, holding all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Well over 600 meditations in perpetual motion. It could be seen, it's that center circle. It could be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. You can feel it flood you, saturate your body, your God. It fills you with the peace that you are, the joy that you are, all of this inside of you. And once it's fully embraced, and once you have completely surrendered to it, all outside of you will be as the inside. Total peace, joy, bliss, stillness, caring, understanding, joy, going with the flow, flowing, not obstructing, not stopping, not interrupting, but flowing. Feel it. Feel what it's like to flow. Feel what it's like to be in the golden ocean that you are already and have always been in. Feel what it is to be the God, to be the universe, to be the planets, to be all life. For we are all connected to that life. All things, small and great. Feel it flood you completely as you become in total peaceful stillness, and you flow, unobstructed. We look down, we see all of the life, all of our brothers and sisters, the entire existence of this planet, the mother herself, and her God. We are all connected. We're all love, we're all one. We flood them. We send signals to their gods, which we are a part of. We are all the kingdom of God. Every one of us, every single one of us are the kingdom of God. Does it make any sense to have things externalized, worry, stress, fear, anxiety, embracing thoughts that don't even exist? They're just air. Embracing everything and making it a reality. It isn't our true nature. Our true nature is to flow. And all those on this planet, in it, above it, below it, on it, embracing the gods that they are. Total peace and harmony, total stillness, no ego, no subconscious, just the gods that we are. I'll join you in a meditation. I'll return to close us out. the more we fully embrace the gods that we are, the faster and more fluid this planet will transform into the paradise it was meant to be. With no more distractions, no more deceptions, manipulations, that we know who and what we are, that we embrace it, that we go with the flow. During the course of this day, into the evening and night, if you are confronted with even a little thing, even a little pipsqueak nudge that causes you to become irritated slightly or frustrated or hurried, remember who and what you are. You are the God. You go with the flow. Watch what happens. All that stuff will not enter you. It will be gone. It won't even have a chance, and you'll just flow. So just remember, when any of that happens, and even the slightest bit of one, make sure that you just let it go and smile inside and out. For you are a magnificent, divine, spectacular creation that is eternal. We will have a time for change call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line, and we will be back here October 30th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern.